Every morning, we wake up to a world full of noise, uncertainty, and an ever-growing list of responsibilities. It's easy to get swept away by the demands of the day, to feel overwhelmed before you've even had your first cup of coffee. But imagine, just for a moment, what would happen if you gave yourself a few minutes, just a few, every morning to reset your inner compass. Imagine whispering a few simple truths to yourself, reminders that could reshape your entire day. That's what I want to talk to you about today. Not grand life plans, not complex philosophies, just 12 simple, powerful truths you should tell yourself each morning to realign, refocus, and rise with purpose. Start with this: I am enough. Before the world starts telling you what you're not, before you scroll through social media and compare your life to highlight reels, you need to affirm this truth. You are enough, right now, as you are. Not when you lose weight, not when you land the dream job, not when you're in a relationship. Now. It doesn't mean you stop growing or striving, it means you begin from a place of worthiness. When you know you are enough, the decisions you make are not about proving yourself. They are about expressing your true self. That's a powerful shift. The second thing to say is, I am capable. Too many people begin their day feeling overwhelmed. The day feels like a mountain and they feel small. But you have to tell yourself that you are capable. Capable of handling what comes, capable of adapting, capable of learning. Remind yourself that you've survived every challenge up to this point. Maybe you didn't always have the answers, maybe you fell apart for a while, but you found your way back. That is capability. That is strength. You don't need to have all the answers today. You just need to believe in your ability to figure things out. Next, tell yourself, today is a gift. Because it is. We are not promised tomorrow. And while it's easy to forget, life is not a guarantee. When you wake up, take a moment to feel the miracle of being alive. The warmth of the sun, the breath in your lungs, the sound of a loved one's voice. These are not small things. When you begin your day in gratitude, even in the midst of chaos, something changes inside you. You stop rushing. You start appreciating. You find beauty in the ordinary. You stop living on autopilot and start living with intention. Then tell yourself, I get to choose my attitude. You cannot control everything that happens today. People will disappoint you. Plans will change. Things will go wrong. But your attitude is yours. Completely yours. That is your superpower. You can choose patience over frustration. You can choose kindness over sarcasm. You can choose hope over despair. And no, it's not always easy. But the more you remind yourself that you have the power to choose, the more intentional you become about how you respond instead of just react. Your attitude shapes your reality. Say this too: I will give my best, not perfection. Perfection is a myth. It's an illusion we chase and never catch. But excellence, that's within your reach. Giving your best means showing up with heart, with honesty, with effort. It means doing what you can with what you have and letting that be enough. When you aim for perfection, you end up paralyzed. But when you commit to doing your best, you create progress. And progress is what leads to real growth. So free yourself from the pressure to be flawless. Just promise yourself you'll give your best. Also say, I deserve respect, and so does everyone else. Respect starts with you. It means setting boundaries, saying no when you need to, standing up for yourself without tearing others down. But it also means extending that respect to everyone you meet. The cashier, the janitor, the intern, the person who cuts you off in traffic. Every human being is fighting a battle you can't see, and the way you treat people is a reflection of you, not them. So tell yourself each morning that you will walk through the day treating others with dignity and demanding the same for yourself. Tell yourself this: I will focus on what I can control. It's easy to get lost in worry about the economy, other people's opinions, world events, the future. But anxiety often stems from trying to control what you cannot. So bring your attention back to what you can control: your effort, your habits, your mindset, your words. When you focus there, you reclaim your power. You stop wasting energy on what's outside your grasp and start building momentum where you actually can make a difference. That shift in focus can change your entire emotional state. Say this next: I am allowed to take up space. In a world that sometimes tells you to shrink, to stay quiet, to not make waves, Remind yourself that you have a voice, you have ideas, you have value. Taking up space is not about arrogance, it's about presence. It's about showing up as your full self, not the watered-down version that's easier to digest. Your dreams, your thoughts, your emotions, they matter. Don't wait for permission to exist fully. Grant it to yourself every morning. Then remind yourself, mistakes are lessons, not labels. You will mess up. You will say the wrong thing. You will make a bad decision. That's part of being human. But don't let mistakes become your identity. You are not your failures. You are not your regrets. You are the person learning from them. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. They are opportunities to grow, not reasons to quit. When you tell yourself that mistakes are just feedback, not condemnation, you develop resilience. You become less afraid to try because you no longer see failure as fatal. Say also, I will nourish my mind, body, and spirit. In a culture that celebrates hustle, it's easy to neglect yourself. But self-care is not selfish, it's essential. So each morning, commit to doing at least one thing that nourishes your mind, maybe reading, journaling, meditating. One thing that nourishes your body, maybe a walk, a healthy meal, drinking water, and one thing that nourishes your spirit, maybe prayer, music, nature, connection. When you take care of yourself, you show up better in every role you play. You have more to give when you're not running on empty. And don't forget to say, I will not let fear decide my future. Fear will always be there. It's part of being alive. But it doesn't have to drive the car. It doesn't have to make your decisions. Too many people live their whole lives inside a box built by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of judgment. But fear is just a feeling. It's not a prophecy. You can acknowledge its presence without letting it steer you. You can act anyway. And often, the things you fear the most are the things that lead you to the greatest breakthroughs. Lastly, each morning tell yourself, I am becoming. Because you are. You are not finished. You are not stuck. You are not your past. You are becoming something new every day, whether you notice it or not. And when you remind yourself of that, you allow grace, you allow patience. You stop demanding instant results and start trusting the process. Becoming is messy. It's non-linear, but it is happening. So be kind to yourself as you grow. Celebrate small wins. Keep going, even when progress feels slow. Because becoming is not about perfection, it's about movement. So now imagine beginning your day with these 12 truths. Not as empty affirmations, but as anchors, as reminders, as quiet revolutions inside your own mind. You don't need hours, you don't need rituals that are complicated, just a few minutes of truth-telling. That's all. A few minutes to check in with yourself before the world checks in with you. Imagine how your energy might shift, how your posture might change, how your decisions might reflect more clarity, more confidence, more purpose. You see, the way you speak to yourself matters. The words you choose in the morning can set the tone for everything that follows. So why not start your day intentionally? Why not plant seeds of strength, compassion, and truth before the weeds of self-doubt have a chance to grow? You have this power. You always have. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to show up with truth in your bones and light in your voice. It's about choosing yourself again and again each morning. So tomorrow, when the alarm goes off and your eyes are heavy and the day feels like a storm waiting to happen, pause, breathe, and tell yourself these things. Tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself what you need to hear, not just to survive, but to rise. Because you can, and because you must. Let the world come. Let the day unfold. You've already armed yourself with something more powerful than fear, your own voice. And you've already started in the best way possible, by telling yourself what matters most.